we're not doing this anymore.
No, please.
We're not doing this anymore.
No.
Get on the top.
Joel here with Bodycam Breakdown TV. Today's footage comes from Midwest Safety. If you want to watch the original video without my commentary or breakdown, I'll have the full footage linked below so you can watch it start to finish. By the time this footage begins, officers are making contact with a driver who continued into a nearby parking lot rather than stopping immediately. What follows leaves them trying to determine whether they're dealing with simple confusion or something far more difficult to manage. The breakdown starts now.
I'm having a panic attack and I was sitting outside of my mom's house and I'm just trying to get to my boyfriend's house. I'm sorry, officer. I bartended at Blake's and I've been having a panic attack all night. I'm supposed to pay off a boot in Providence. I'm sorry, that's why I wasn't waiting. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right away, the officer is dealing with someone who doesn't appear to be responding in a calm or predictable manner. That changes the initial approach, because before officers can determine what's going on, they first have to establish whether they're going to be able to communicate effectively and safely.
Just stop talking. Stop. Just be quiet. You're making things worse. Because you keep talking. Just shut your mouth, please. Okay.
You can hear the officer's patience starting to wear thin here, but there's a reason for that. When an encounter becomes increasingly difficult to manage, officers begin considering whether they need to take a more direct approach to maintain control of the scene and prevent the situation from escalating further.
Step out. Get out of your car.
No.
You get out of the car, the window gets smashed.
No.
Get out of the car.
Officer?
Get out of the car.
For what?
Get out of the car.
For what?
Get out of the car.
No.
Get out of the car.
No.
Do yourself a favor and just get out.
No.
At this point, the officer is giving a lawful instruction and looking for voluntary compliance before considering other options. Refusals like this force officers to make a decision, continue negotiating, or begin preparing for the possibility that the encounter may have to become more hands-on.
Please. No, please. I'm sorry, please. I'm very scared. I have debilitating anxiety.
Okay, listen, here's the deal. All right? If you have such anxiety, okay, you're flying down the road, then you try ducking me down some side streets, pulling into a parking lot, and shutting your lights off, pretending I didn't see you.
From the officer's perspective, the investigation may have started before this conversation ever began. If she continued driving after officers attempted to stop her, that becomes part of the totality of the circumstances they're considering as they decide how to handle the encounter.
That wasn't what it was. I was pulling off the
Then, not
side
to
of the
mention,
road.
you don't have a license.
I do have a
It's
license.
suspended.
No, it's not.
It is.
My license is not suspended.
Okay, I just ran it. The state
My
of
license-
Stop.
As of when?
As of last year.
No, my license is...
Why are we screaming? Why are we screaming?
The officer is now dealing with conflicting information. His records indicate one thing while she's insisting otherwise. When that happens, officers typically rely on the information available to them at the scene and continue asking questions until they can determine whether there's been a misunderstanding or if additional issues need to be addressed.
Jimmy, they're saying my license is suspended as of last year. No, my license, Jimmy.
Can you come get her?
Jimmy, are you listening?
Stop!
No. Jimmy, are you listening to them?
Jimmy, is there any way you can come get her?
At this point, the officer appears to be looking for a practical resolution to the situation. If someone can safely take responsibility for the driver, it can sometimes prevent the encounter from becoming more complicated while allowing officers to bring the investigation to a controlled conclusion.
Yeah, I can come get her.
Come get her, please.
They're saying, Jimmy, they're saying my license is suspended.
Stop! Why are you screaming?
Jimmy, shut up!
Oof.
They are saying my license is suspended as of...
They just asked me if I could come get you. I can come get you.
The officers appear to be looking for a practical way to resolve the encounter, but that depends on cooperation from the person they're dealing with. Right now, they're still trying to determine whether this situation can be brought to a calm conclusion without becoming more complicated.
Are you listening, Jimmy?
How much you have anything to drink tonight?
Or I can come get you.
Behind the
I just got off of work.
at a bar.
Where can I come get you?
They just said that my license is suspended as of
Hold on.
last.
Stop talking, Jimmy.
Come get you.
Jimmy.
Excuse
Stop.
me. No, officer.
The officer is making another attempt to speak with the person on the phone, which suggests he's still looking for a practical way to resolve the encounter. When direct communication isn't getting results, officers will often revisit other options, but that becomes difficult when the conversation continues to be interrupted.
You're working your way into jail, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. Just stop talking and let me talk to Jimmy.
My license is suspended, Jimmy. Jimmy, no. Jimmy, they said my license is suspended as of last year. I'm calling mommy.
Shut up.
By ending the call, she may have removed one of the few opportunities officers had to resolve the situation through someone she knew and trusted. From the officer's perspective, that matters, because each failed attempt at communication reduces the number of options available to bring the encounter to a calm conclusion.
I'll be calling mommy.
If you talk to mommy like that, I'm sure she's gonna hang up on you too.
You know what? I was having Jimmy come pick you up, but you hung up on him, so I couldn't even tell him where you're at.
Mommy is headed City Highway.
I don't care what your mommy is.
You can hear the officers becoming increasingly frustrated, and that's not unusual when an encounter stops progressing. From their perspective, repeated interruptions and failed attempts to resolve the situation are consuming time and attention, making it more difficult to safely bring the stop to a conclusion.
Hi,
I'll be the President of the United States.
Hi, mommy. My license has been suspended since last year.
No, that was reinstated when you went to court.
I'm telling you right now, I just ran it. It comes back as suspended.
Yeah, my license comes back as suspended.
At this point, officers are still trying to find a way to communicate through someone she knows, but each new conversation is taking the encounter further away from its original purpose. There's always a balance between giving someone additional opportunities to cooperate and recognizing when those opportunities are no longer moving the situation forward.
How much you had to drink tonight?
He's being what's your badge number?
Sergeant DeCosta.
Sergeant DeCosta.
This is all on camera. It's all on camera, the whole thing.
Right.
So that's not really. It doesn't help in your cause.
Mommy, I didn't do anything wrong.
Where you going?
I was trying to come home.
Despite being given additional time and opportunities to work through the situation, the encounter still isn't moving forward. From an officer's perspective, continued resistance to communication can become just as challenging as resistance to instructions, because both prevent them from bringing the stop to a safe and orderly conclusion.
I thought you were going to your boyfriend's house.
Which is right next to my mom's house, you f***ing asshole.
But you know what, Kate? If you're gonna be like that,
Mom!
you're gonna end up in trouble.
Yep. She's right. Your mom's right.
No, I'm damn not. Can you please come? They're not giving me space to talk to you alone.
Her demeanor is becoming increasingly combative, and that has a direct impact on how officers manage the encounter. When cooperation gives way to confrontation, officers have to start evaluating whether continued conversation is still an effective way to move the situation forward.
They followed me. I was driving right. They followed me all the way to this parking lot. I hid here because I was being followed home, and now Sergeant DeCosta is standing outside of my car.
The funny part is, we're trying to get you out of here because clearly they don't want to deal with you either.
Officers have already invested a considerable amount of time trying to gain cooperation and find a practical solution. The longer an encounter remains at a standstill, the more officers have to consider whether continuing the conversation is accomplishing anything at all.
Step out. Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
No, sir.
Step out of the car.
No, sir.
All right, last chance. You're going to jail.
What's she doing?
Just climb in the passenger seat of the car.
No, sir. I'm not doing that. This is excessive.
The officer is now giving a direct instruction, but voluntary compliance still isn't happening. Every refusal changes the dynamics of the stop, because officers eventually have to decide whether continuing to ask is productive or whether it's time to move the encounter in a different direction.
It's not excessive. We haven't done anything to you yet except for asking you out of the car.
I asked you your badge number. You made me come out of the car. I'm not doing this. Please don't do this to me, please. This is the rest of my life. Please don't do this to me.
You did this to yourself. Step out of the car.
No, I'm not. My mom and somebody else is coming in here. Please, sir, no.
At this point, the officer has made multiple attempts to gain voluntary compliance, but the situation remains unchanged. There comes a point in some encounters where officers have to determine whether additional requests are serving a purpose or simply delaying the inevitable next step.
No!
We're not doing this anymore.
No, please!
We're not doing this anymore.
No!
Get out of the car. We're not doing this anymore, okay?
Just put her on the ground. Put her on the ground.
Relax. Listen, relax. Relax. Just go down. Just go down.
I didn't do anything.
Just relax. Relax.
The encounter has now moved beyond conversation and into physical control of the scene. Once officers determine that repeated instructions aren't being followed, their focus shifts to safely securing the individual. And moments like this can become unpredictable very quickly depending on how the person responds.
Please don't do this to me. Please. I have debilitating anxiety. Please, my mom is coming. My mom is right there. My mom. Please. Please. My mommy is right there.
No, your mommy's not here.
No, my mom is right there. No, please. Please do not.
The incident ended with Catherine being taken into custody after officers were unable to gain compliance during the traffic stop. According to court records, she was charged with driving under the influence, refusing to submit to a chemical test, and resisting arrest. She later entered a no-contest plea to the driving under the influence charge, while the remaining charges were dismissed. Catherine was sentenced to 1 year of probation, a 1-year license suspension, 10 hours of community service, alcohol counseling, and was ordered to pay $783.75 in fines and court costs. Throughout the encounter, officers repeatedly attempted to resolve the situation through communication before transitioning to physical control of the scene. Once those efforts stopped moving the investigation forward, their priorities shifted towards safely bringing the stop to a conclusion. What are your thoughts on how officers handled this incident? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, that's the end of today's breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, how do you think this situation went down? Did the officers handle it the right way, or would you have done something differently? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next Bodycam breakdown.